Greetings, everyone. It's raining. It's raining in Jalapari, which is the Minecraft town, Minecolonies for Minecraft town that we have. And I am Monster to Mermaid, and this is Minecraft. And it's raining at night, and I'm standing in the archway between the dormitory in the university district, and behind me is the new university building that includes a library and a university classrooms. And on the other side of this building is the cathedral, and this entrance you see behind me of the cathedral is the graveyard entrance there. And this is going to be different. I'm going to warn you now that I'm spending a lot of time with the people. This is going to be a people episode, and I think I can go into the women's dormitory. Let's see if there's a space. There is some space here, so I'm going to go in here and go to sleep because it is raining and it is nighttime. And there is an extra bed right here, so we're going to take this extra bed for now. So one of the things that I've always loved about Minecolonies is the AI of the people. That the AI of the people is like all AI, and the way it manages and learns and does things can sometimes be unpredictable, and the unpredictableness the unpredictability is the correct word of AI sometimes is really a fun thing to make stories about. And so we have a story going on right now which is really interesting. We got 6 kids, and yesterday on Twitch, and today is July 8th, 2026. If you are watching within a few days of this time and you have a Twitch account, you can see what happened yesterday when we got the kids. So when we first started getting children, I didn't sort of realize it. We had orphans at the beginning. We had no matching last names for kids. The very first time, it was all an orphan arrival. And so in the story that I tell of my cities, where I am the mermaid ambassador from the nation of Ta'ana, the mermaid nation of Ta'ana, and as an ambassador, I just am here watching over the city and being a part of their councils and keeping them safe, because the treaties that my mob people make with other mobs are stay safe. Everyone agrees, and everything is fine. So that's what I do with my cities. This is now the very beginning, I suppose, of the story. There's always been sort of a story since Omo, which was 12, of the mermaid. There has been that idea of the mermaid for a long time. There is actually a mermaid statue in the 12 Omo that was Lady Shatana's first statues when she was doing an update of some, it was probably cavern, and the statues appeared in the Minecolonies pieces, and one of them was probably a Jupiter statue. How did you get out there, and can you get back? Oh, you can. That's either Mallory.
Great to see you.
Oh, it's Maisie. Maisie, you're not doing anything, are you? Maisie's just taking some time off and looking at the roof and making sure the roof um, is solid. This is the cathedral she's built. She and a couple other of the builders have been working on this cathedral for a long, long time, and it is a level 4. And so I don't think she has anything to do right now. Let's look and see. She is assigned, but she doesn't have any work. She is working, so she's checking on the work that has been done on the cathedral and just looking at what it looks like for her. And like I said, this is what happens when you tell stories with AI. Because you find them doing things and you have to explain it. So we're explaining a story. We had 6 kids come in. We have 6 kids come in because that is the maximum that I can get housed before they grow up. That is the maximum that I can deal with before they grow up. And so I like having the ability to look at their families and to decide that they have families and to give them families. And so when there is a child arrives with absolutely no relationship to anyone, that child is, wow, are we going to lose these sunflowers? I think we actually are. Let me pick them for a minute. And while I'm telling the story, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See these things down here? 6. Okay. So, and 7. Because sunflowers we use. The other flowers, if they pop up, that's fine, but sunflowers are necessary for colors. And so we'll take those 7 sunflowers and add them. Sunflowers, S-U-N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have a jack-o'-lantern on me because I took it away from one of Thaler's Littleton houses. He loves to use them on the outside as a decoration, and so I took them away. Now, even though this tree is separated right here, I think this tree can still be here, so we'll see what happens at the end. I don't want to take the top away. I have a couple other trees. I'm not taking the top away here for the same reason, that there's a possibility that we can move that tree in the same way we moved this tree here. And we moved a couple of the others. And then we replanted. See how many of these there are here? We're going to lose all these trees, these little oaks that are all inside the area that we are going to make right now. And so because of that, we planted a whole bunch of oaks on the hill and in this area right here, and even behind we have a couple brand new oaks planted in the coconinios there, just to replace the fact that we were cutting down this number of trees in this area. We did that when we placed this house as well. 2 oaks disappeared from this area and we planted them up on the hill. So that is, I'm just looking at what everybody's doing and trying to, we'll see what Violetta is waiting for. They're not talking about waiting for anything, so I think they're just working and waiting for supplies so that they can continue to clear the land or build. Are there any torches here? There are not, so he's not done with this. And let me go and see if torches are a problem, if we don't have any. For a moment, and let's come here. Let's look for torches. And we don't, and that's the problem, that we don't have any torches. Now, the Giovanni, and there's Giovanni standing right there, and look at how beautiful. So we changed, in case you hadn't noticed, we changed the clothing of everyone for a more warm weather clothing. They are now wearing silks and light clothes of East Asian. The East Asian skins replace the medieval skins that we were using when it was colder. Let's come here. I just want to see if he knows if he's making torches. And he is making torches, and they are made out of coal and sticks. So he can make them, and it's just a matter of him making them. So will he make them for the request, or do we have to possibly reorder? And he looks wonderful. Giovanni looks wonderful. He's the mechanic. I see the beekeeper walking by right now. This is the glass cutter right here, and this is Liberty. And yeah, so this is the new clothing that everyone's wearing. Maximiliano, who is the tree farmer, he is standing out here with his trees, and he has his tools in a backpack on him when he is cutting down and doing stuff with trees. So he's still growing trees. We actually planted a couple trees here to replace the trees that we were taking from this area. What is this? This is a new, we're going to have a new controlled greenhouse. So climate controlled greenhouse. And the climate controlled greenhouse we're putting here is going to be hot and dry. We tried to put the greenhouse, the hot and dry greenhouse, next to the hot and humid, and it created confusion. It created a problem. The Miriam, who was running that, which reminds me that we're going to have two environmentalists. Miriam is the climate control specialist, so she's actually a technician that keeps these three fields hot and wet, hot and humid. And we had intended this extra field right here to be hot and dry, and Miriam started saying that they were interfering with each other. And sure enough, there were areas of the soybean field that were affected by the fact that this area was drier than this area. And this area was affected by the humidity of this area, and nothing was getting done. And so we decided to just go ahead and have an extra field of rice, which is a good thing. Having an extra field of rice is actually a good thing. And so we have 2 fields of rice and a field of soy in this area, and we decided to use the other area that we have in the farm district, which is way over here. I see that. Yeah, I see that, guys. I see something here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna have to get these guys. I have one, and I just have to find it before they disappear. I have a couple here, and let's take it and let's get. Where did you go? These are our sheep that are suddenly out, and if this happens too much, we're gonna have to do something about these doors that are down here. And this pig is ours. And let's come here, let's open the door, and let's get them all to come back in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Those 2 are in. You're in. Wait, don't you go anywhere. Close the door. Don't you go anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Now what I could do, I suppose, is walk them down to the other side. And rather than, I just walked into the water. I could walk them over the top. Why don't I do that? Let's walk them over the top, and then let's walk them down here. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, you come here. I can get them to come this way. And I've got one of them. And can we get over this? Can we get over it? Oh, there's a tree in the way. So I can't move. Oh, that's interesting. There's a tree right there. That tree keeps me from getting. There we go. And let's find the other one that I just lost. Because we changed it so that Rude Wolf is not going after sheep when they're lost, little lost sheep. Rude Wolf is going after cows because we were losing more cows. We wanted Rude Wolf to be able to adjust so that the cows, there we go, that he could bring the cows back from the far field back there. So we apparently have too many doors here, and I'm going to have to do some different doors later. I can't get rid of that one. At least we have this part locked. I could fence this, and that would help them not be able to go over the top, but they can still go over the top of this. And I think I'd rather just go ahead and when I see them out, just bring them back. So we widened this area to give them more space, and that's why we made Rude Wolf a dairy wolf. He's helping. Let me get a light for a second so you can see if I come back here, because they can come all the way back into this area here, which is fine so long as they come forward at some point to get especially for the cows to get milked and to get harvested. And so that is one of the changes. So see, this is open. This is completely open. Hold on. And this is one of the things that's happening here. So what am I going to do? This is a level 4. I don't want to do anything just yet to the level 4 to change it. But we definitely have rascal animals. And so we have to keep track. See, there's all sorts of places where they can get to where if they are persistent enough, they've escaped. And so I don't mind. We don't have that happening that often. And I suppose I could have a second wolf. There's Rude Wolf. We could train a second wolf to do the sheep, and maybe a third wolf to do the cows. But Rude Wolf seems to be doing, but it would be interesting for there to be a second wolf for him. And I think I like the idea of that. Wouldn't that be curious? I think that would be. So we'll work on that. Let me get back to the thing that I have to straighten out. Now that I've seen what's going on with people, I just want to see for a minute, Violetta, I'm not going to be able to see at night. We can't see any of the work that they're doing at night. We can't add to them or do anything. We have successfully been able to work a lot of the trade post add-ons and the trade post itself, trade post for Minecolonies, into the Minecolonies town, and it's really fun. It's really much more fun in ways that I didn't anticipate it being fun. I didn't think that the pet part when I first started was going to be anything, and it turned out to be really cool, and I like it. And so we're going to the kids for a minute. So what I was explaining was, it happened once before where the AI that tells what families they belong to wasn't working. And it didn't seem like it was working when I had my first 2 sets of kids. And then all of a sudden, it was working. And it was working so well that I had an unusual situation where I have a young woman here, because she's in She's at university now. And her name is Heidi Gordon, and she said her father is absolutely Bryant Walsh. And the interesting thing about that is that doesn't usually happen unless the mother's name is there. We never had someone named Gorman. We have not lost a single person yet. And so we didn't have, should I be knocking on wood? So we didn't have a Gordon, which means that she was probably a visitor, or and what sometimes happens, and this is my story, is that visitors come and they have relationships. They go back home and they send their kids. They send their kids here. Or what happens is that family members from towns that are in trouble because there are barbarians, there are pirates, there are illagers, there are mobs. There are at least those four, much less a fifth set of people, who can attack a Minecolonies town that is not under treaties like the treaties that Ta'ana, the mermaid nation, has made for this town. And so those towns lose people, and they lose adults. And when they're in danger, a lot of times the adults will take their kids, this is my story, and put them on a ship, try and hide them, and get them to escape. And when they escape, they go to places where they can get on transportation and arrive in towns, in other towns, in peaceful towns. So this is the story that we have had for a long time about why kids come in that don't have the last names of people who live in the town. And at one point, we had a thing where we were making this up. And then Minecolonies added a family tree of its own. And the family tree, and let's come here, Alea is a perfect example. She's a mom, and we'll go to her for a second, because the family tree, I will work on it, looks like this. So Madeline is her partner, and Alea is helping Madeline raise their kids, Veronica, Salem, and Jazz. And Jazz is the last kid who just came in, and so Madeline and Alea are raising Jazz until he gets to his second year of university, which I count the intelligence at level 20 as being the second year. And there's Jazz right here.
What is it?
And if we look at his intelligence, he's at 18. So he's still a first year university student. At 30, they graduate from university and they join the workforce. And that's always been the way I've had it. Now, because of the new food system, we would not have any children until level 5. In the past, we had level 5 housing and level 5 school. We can't do that with the new food system. We can't wait for level 5 to have kids. So we started having kids, and we instituted a work study. So in other words, they apprentice in the jobs that they want to do, and and that's how they learn. If they want to come back and have book learning later, when the city is in a better position, they will come back and they will have book learning. So here we are. So that's how we do our kids. So our kids come in and they have names. This is Malachi. And notice Malachi doesn't have a family. So he doesn't have an official family at all. And yet he has raised, fostered kids with Jessica. And Jessica has a child, but it's not her child. And we're going to get this straight because of Minecolonies' own family trees. Let's get Veronica for a minute.
Hi.
So Veronica is Madeline and Alea's kids. Madeline and Alea might be the only official partnership that we have. But if we look at Jessica, hi Jessica,
Yes.
and see, it says that she is not a mother, and yet there is another archer in town. That means that that archer is not her kid. That archer is a relative of hers who has been sent here. So it's important, and that's what we're going to fix in the Akasha records, that those are not the parents unless it says so. They are relatives. And why? Because it turned out that when I saw that Heidi had a parent and that Jazz had a parent, I thought the ones that didn't have a parent didn't have anyone in town. And I was terribly, terribly wrong. So right here, Tatiana and no, this is it. Juliana and Marcos were raising Nomi and Brian when Juliana's cousin, one of Juliana's relatives, was being raised by Tatiana. And it's like, how in the world did that happen? But it happened because I didn't look at the names. And so I would like to fix this and come here. And you'd think that while I was doing the names that I would have noticed that this kid had the same name as Juliana, but I did not see it. I didn't see it at all. So I'm going to have to find him on the Akasha records, and we're going to at least have him be able to live with a relative, to live with one of his relatives. And so yesterday on Twitch, we had the first thing. I've never had this happen before, where I had a kid who was doing the running thing where kids run around, but she actually ran to the river. It was Rosalie, ran to the river, ran all the way to the river. I followed her. She came all the way down here, went to the river, went all the way to the river, walked this whole way around, got all the way over to here, crossed over, swam over, and was right here and was swimming. Luckily, she could swim, and she couldn't get up this embankment. And so she went back, and luckily for us, it was nighttime, and she said, I guess I have to go in. And so she went back to the housing, but where was she going? And I think what it was she had a relative in town and we didn't know. And so I'm trying to see something right here. Nikolai is the relative who did not know that a relative of his was in town. And I want to see if Rosalie was here. Nobody's here right now because Salem is living with his parents. So we could move Nikolai back here, and we could move, he was living with Miriam. We could move Miriam here and have Miriam, except this is too far away. This is too far away. And yet if we move Rosalie in with them, I think she's too far away from school. So let's see how far if we moved Rosalie in with the adult, with the family member. Could you imagine being in a town and there's family members when you've lost everybody? This is the lives of some of these kids. And so this is one of the reasons why we're really careful. Let me try something. Let me try moving Miriam and Nikolai into town for a little bit. Yeah, they have work that they're doing, and that work won't get done. But I would like to try and, families are the most important. Sorry, families are more important. So I want to try and get Rosalie to be able to be with family for a little bit. If they're here in this house, I think they can make it. I think they can make it to their jobs. We can look at Jazz and see if he's in the 20s yet. I think we did look at him and he's not. So let me see how many families we're going to reassign, because essentially Tatiana and Tobias aren't going to be raising anybody, because Aiden belongs to someone else, and we're going to put them together. So it's nighttime, so if we change them now, it won't matter because they won't get up and go away. So they'll just stay here for the night, and then we'll do something with them tomorrow. Let's look here, and let's look at Madeline and Jazz, and let's come here. They're not working. We have extra farmers. We have enough chickens, so they're not working at this particular moment. And so we're going to move them into this house right here. Madeline, Alea, and their kid, Jazz, their youngest kid. Their other kids, Veronica is studying to be an archer, and so she's staying at the sports center, and Salem is a farmer, and he's staying at their house, their permanent house. And now let's come here and let's get, if I can, let's get Rosalie first of all. Nope, we're gonna have to do it by getting the adults first. So let's come over here and let's move them up here. And I think that's going to be okay for them. I think they'll be close enough, and she'll be close enough to school. So let's come here and let's manage, and let's move Miriam and Nikolai. Miriam has fallen for Nikolai. Nikolai is liking her too. Nikolai has been a farmer for a long time here and been by himself, living alone. And when Miriam started working on this new project as the climate technician, they have had a close relationship, and they are quite happy together. So we're going to put them here, and everybody's within range except her. We're going to move Rosalie to the other university building and let her be there, and let's do that right now. So let's move her to the other university building right quick, because that's too long a walk. So she's going to be here. She is more than likely, because of how far away it says she is, at the other building. I don't think she's here. Mari is here. Ryan, is Rosalie here? Rosalie is not here, and there it is. That puts her 55. She's a 21, is she? But we're going to let her live with her relative, with Nikolai, for a while and get acclimated. She was the one who ran away and who was very distressed about not having family. And it might have been that she might have been told that there was family here, and she didn't understand why there wasn't, and that's why she ran away. Tatiana and Tobias dealt with it very well, you know, the fact that she was distraught. And Estella, the school teacher, also helped them to sort of like get her calmed down and to get her to feel, to not be so terribly upset about losing her parents and losing her way of life. We're going to put Tatiana and Tobias back here, and we're going to put them back at their jobs because they're not raising anybody anymore. And Tatiana and Tobias are a little tiny bit disappointed, that it didn't work out for them to be able to raise the kids. And so they have decided that when there's another group of kids, that they are more than likely going to put themselves on the list to foster again and see if they can get some kids that they can raise again, because they enjoyed it despite the fact that it was stressful. Having the two kids, they had the two kids that belonged to someone else. They had both of the kids. That's how crazy that was. They ended up having both of the kids that belonged to people in town. And Nikolai is grateful to Tatiana and Tobias, and so is Juliana. And Juliana is feeling, so do we have these? Yes. So this is straightened out. So now, right here, we can only have two. And let's look at Nomi and Brian. There's already 4 people living here. And I'm hoping that one of these two is ready to be in a dormitory, so that Aiden, I think his name is Aiden, can come and be here. Let me go here for a second. I stepped in the water, and that causes me to have siren sight. That's why it got bright. Let's look here for a second at the kids. So Heidi actually could go home, could go into the dorm, and her dad could go back to work. Her dad's a chef, and she is actually ready to go into dormitory. Cohen is the bartender. Nomi is ready, yay! So Nomi is ready, but Brian is not. And this is important. So we're going to have Nomi move into the dormitory right here. She's going to move in to the dorm, and there is room for her here. So we'll move her in, and there she is. And then we're going to have Aiden move in with his relative, who is Juliana. Juliana and Aiden are related to each other. And so let's come, not there. That's where it used to be, but we're going to come right here. Right here. And let's add Aiden right here. And you can see that Juliana and Aiden have the same name. And so this is the way I'm doing it. Yeah, it's possible for people to, I mean, in the United States alone, there's plenty of people named Smith who aren't related to each other. But I'm not having that here. In this world, people who have the same name still know where their relatives came from. And so that is the way I'm doing this. So Aiden is saying Aiden and Brian should be at university, and they are not. So we're going to go right over to the university right now and get them enrolled. They were the last 2 kids. And so all the kids are now at university. And so we'll come up here and get them in class here along with Rosalie. If there's too many, we might have to do something here, but let's see. Aiden is one of the kids, and Brian is one of the kids, and there's enough room for them. And so all the kids are now in school, and based off of the list of the last kids that we got, let's see if I have, because I have them mixed now because there were so many. So Heidi, Jazz, so all of these kids had some relationship to someone except Amari. And I don't think Amari is from this block. Yeah, Amari is a 30. right now, and we have an idea of what she's going to be doing. And let me come down here and see if I can find it right quick on the Akasha records. That was the one that I actually wanted. Hold on. Let's do this one here for a second and look for Amari. And she was fostered by Violet and Sutton, and she is supposed to do guest services when guest services is ready. And we weren't doing guest services until we had a full set of people. Until we had a full another set of kids. So right now, this amount of children, and let's come here and let's go high.
I can't listen.
You can't? It's okay, Rosalie. I'm glad that you're settled and that everything is fine with you. She's grown up. She was a little kid when it happened. Yay, look what's happened look what's happened here. I love it. We have some diversity and it's wonderful. Yay, team. I'm really happy with that. Thank you, Minecolonies team. And this is good. This is the East Asian clothing, and we do have some variations, and that is excellent. So now, if Rosalie, let's go to the town hall for a second and look at the stats and see how many kids we have now. I want to stay under 100 at the moment, just because what are they going to do? I don't have any other jobs. In other cities, when I had more than 100 people, it meant that, why am I down here? It meant that I had like 3 carpenters, three mechanics, things like that. And I'm not ready to do that here just yet. So when we look at the statistics, we have 87 people. So 6 more people would be 95. And that still gives us 5 people for if we want to rescue. Every once in a while we do rescue visitors who want to stay in town, and we could do that. But for the moment, we're still trying to get some people that we need, and based off of the new things that we have added. So let's come here to the skill set. We thought that we would only need one of the gardeners, who is the horticulturalist, but we actually need another horticulturalist and another farmer. So we're going to have several, I think we need 2 farmers. So we've become a farming community and really self-sufficient as far as farming is concerned. We will still have to order, berries, mushrooms, and kelp. We can't get those, but most of the other things, and cocoa, but almost everything else will be able to grow. We're actually going to be able, for the first time, to grow nether peppers for the first time since they came into existence. Hi, Pedro. Pedro's our doctor, and he's off duty right now. He doesn't have any patients. And these are this is the marketplace here, and I'm just going to check for a moment. So we straightened out the kids, and the reason I need them to be straightened out is because I'd like to have some more really pretty quickly. So Eli has turned into a flower shop. We don't need any of the things that are here. We could get cabbage. I'm going to buy the cabbage because we have a lot of coin. We have over 2 million coins. So I'm going to buy the cabbage so that we can have it. And I'm going to put it in the stash box right here, along with the sunflower seeds, the jack-o'-lantern. And this berry is to remind me, sorry, I had to clear my throat. This berry is to remind me that Mr. Villager has a town. This is my story. Mr. Villager is a friend in chat, and for a long time we have played that we are both ambassadors. He's ambassadors to villagers, and Mr. Villager has a town in the east that grows berries, and so that's where our berries are going to come from. And you notice that there are 3 fields back here that aren't being worked, and that's because we have a farmer missing from this. This is a brand new farm right here, and we don't have anyone working. We moved Salem to take Nikolai's place because Nikolai wanted to do the greenhouse. And so Salem did become a farmer and is doing that. So we're going to look. Alea is our chicken farmer. Juliana is our carpenter. Madeline is a fisher. Marcos is a carpenter. Bryant. Ooh, look at Bryant. Bryant is the chef who became the dad. And he would make a great farmer, but he's actually just as great a chef. He's a really good chef. See these numbers: creativity, knowledge. Those have to do with being a chef. Carter is a librarian. And he's the head librarian at the university. He's one of the first 4. Amari is not interested. Aiden is not interested. Brian is interested. Look at Brian. Now he's only 18, so he's not in 2nd year yet. When he graduates, oh, this will be good. When he graduates, he's going to be eligible to be a farmer. So we're going to put possible farmer for him. So let's come down here and find him in the names, and there he is right there. Marcos and Juliana were raising him, and so we now have do I have that up there? Yes, I do have it up there. So we're going to have for Brian possible farmer, and we need Brian, and then we still need another farmer for the other climate controlled greenhouses that we're doing. We still have to have a farmer for those as well. So there's Brian, who can be it. And then Cohen is the bartender. Nomi could be interested, and look at that. Nomi also could be a possible farmer, which is interesting. Marcos and Juliana raised both of them, and they're both possible farmers. Interesting, very interesting. And then Rosalie is not interested, and Heidi she's a little off, and Nia hasn't decided what she wants to do, and Wade is our Wade's a builder. Wade's a builder who's gone back to education. He's probably working on his degree until there's something to do. There wasn't anything in his area to build, and so that's what's going on there. So we will have a farmer for here. Let me look. We could do work study for the 2 people who want. I don't know that Rosalie is going to want to do that. She just moved in with Nikolai, and so I think she wants to stay. And Brian is he 2nd year yet even? Let's see if Brian is 2nd year. One day we'll be able to stick the name in and search for them, but it's okay for now. There he is. He is not second year, so neither of them are ready at this particular time. I think that Rosalie would be ready. She's 20 if she wanted to do work study, except that she just moved in with Nikolai and would like to have some time with him. And so that's fine with us. We're good at that point. All right, so now we've got the kids figured out. They're at university. When we have enough of them doing their jobs, I'm walking around at night without a light. Let me put a light. The other thing that I've decided is that I'm going to steampunk this. I usually steampunk towns like this, that they're in a medieval style. But then they have electric stoves and electric lights and computers and things like that. I've been sort of veering away from that in this one. And I want to try and like furnish these without breaking that. If we're going to use lanterns, then if we're using lanterns in the way that we're using them, if we're saying that this is the stage that they're at, there was rail in the 1800s. So when there wasn't electricity, or when there was barely electricity, and we could do that kind of thing. I don't want to have electricity this time. And it's just the challenge that I want to do. So what is it going to be like if I don't have electric stoves, if I don't do stuff like that? So this is a level 5. This is my first. Level 5 house, and it belongs to Wade. And Wade has already put things in. So this is what the kitchen looks like right now. There were drawers at that time, but a lot more shelves and places, like racks. We don't have any shelves. It's really surprising how few shelves there are in Minecraft and Minecolonies. There are 2 mods that had shelves, and both of those mods are not in NeoForge anymore. One of them is in NeoForge, but has moved forward to keep up with Minecraft. And so they are not backporting to 21. This is 21. And a lot of people have moved on to wherever Minecraft is. Are they at 26 yet? And so, it's one of those kinds of things where, hi guys, who's here? Oh, interesting. So Nia has moved in with Wade, and they are actually upstairs, and that is very curious. That's very interesting. So Nia was not happy at the university. And I don't remember putting them together. That's what's really fascinating. Nia was in the main building of the university studying with Carter, and she was not getting any higher. I don't know why. She was not getting any higher in her scores. And so we moved her to study under Tatiana at the extension of the university in the town hall. So we have a library in the town hall where kids can also come and study. And Nia decided to study here at the same, a little bit before Wade decided to come back to school. So Nia is here. She's now a 28. And she was at like 17 or something like that and wasn't going up until we moved her to study under Tatiana. And Wade has fallen for her, head over heels fallen for her. And so they are now living together. It apparently is fine with her too. And they are living together. And if I wanted to see if it's her choice, I could put one of the beds back on the bottom. It's an interesting thing when they choose beds. They're supposed to choose them in a particular order. That's the way Minecolonies has it. But it doesn't always work out that way. And that is my story right there. That they don't always do what they're supposed to do is my story, is the thing that I love about Minecolonies and about the AI of Minecolonies, and why I enjoy doing the people. All right, so this is the town, and we have that project. And let's go to sleep so that it's daytime. Are you two talking? Hi. How are you? They're not talking. Let's come over here. We're going to go back downstairs. So we have one. Wait, I'm not going to sleep with something in my hand. Hold on. Let me get that out of my hand. I don't think I have anything in this hand. There we go. So all the citizens are in bed. This is good. That means that everyone's getting a good rest and everyone will be up. And now I'm going to go through all the builders and make sure that everyone is getting what they need. I don't think McKenna's working on anything. We can come up here and see, but I think she has finished all her projects. And let's look at the build. Wait, not there. She's a level 5. And she isn't working on anything. There's nothing for her to work on until we start doing level 5s for all the jobs. And I want to wait for a little bit so that McKenna doesn't get antsy. She's going to go back to school. She lives in this area, so she can go back to school here and get her degree while she's waiting. And so we're going to come down here. Actually, I should have done it the other way. It's faster than trying to find her name among 80 people. I might as well go ahead and have her not be here. Now, the library is the only place that they can work that won't change their stats, except for the intelligence stat, which I'm calling their book learning, and they're getting their degrees. So let's come here and manage. And since she lives in the area, going to this library and studying will be fine. Jack is her partner, and Jack is works at the market. He's a shopkeeper, and so she'll be close, and she'll be getting a chance to increase her book knowledge. And as a builder, she's really happy with that. McKenna has a really interesting history. She came in as a pig farmer. We invited her to come into the city to be the pig farmer, and she said, yes, that's what I want to be. But we were so desperate for builders at the time that McKenna said, well, I know how to put things together, so I'll be happy to build. I'll be happy to, to help Maisie build things. And then she ended up loving building, but more importantly than that, she ended up loving Jack. And Jack was a shopkeep right here. And so long as she was a builder stationed out with a shop in the town hall, she and Jack could live together in this little farmhouse right here. And this is hers. This is her little farmhouse with Jack. And it is now a level 4. All of these are level 4s at this particular time. Now Jack and McKenna then put themselves on the list to foster or raise kids, and they got Cade, and they fostered Cade, and he became a concrete mixer, and he is living here with them as well. So this is their bedroom here, and Cade has his room down here. And now they have enough room. There's enough room in all the houses that whoever wants to have kids, whether I know they're on the list or not, can actually have them. And that's why I have to be super careful with the next group. that I make sure that there are no last names, because they could send mail to, while I'm talking about this, let me go downstairs and turn into a little mermaid. I'm going to get some research done. I do have the means to research something that would be really important to us, and so I'm going to do that. So I turn into a little mermaid because I don't want to auto research. I like research, and I like that they do research. I know it's slow. I don't care. That's the way I like it. And so there are a lot of things that are slow in this game. That's part of the fun of it, that you have plenty of time to do things, to plan things, to decide things. Let's go to the shopkeep, where Jack is keeping some things that have arrived from the courier, from the warehouse right here. Did I pick them up already, or did I not get them? I didn't get them yet. Ah, yay! So let me see if I have enough. I'm bad at counting sometimes, but I can definitely count here, and that is enough. So we have enough to do research for the people to be more satisfied with their food, which is good since I'm at a level 4. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this a couple of times during the next little bit of time, or probably once every time that I'm streaming. I have not had any food problems at all. None. I haven't had any food problems at all. And I stopped helping them as an ambassador with food at level 2. They began to make enough food at level 2 for everybody, and it was fine. So let's come here and look at civilian, and I am one of these people. I don't like suffering. I don't like stress. It stresses me when they're hungry. We're going to do the stuffers. So citizen saturation per meal plus 10%. And that's the thing that they have. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff already done. I'm not ready to go to 150 people, so I'm not doing that. I don't want them to stay up late. I would like to do festival. We just can't get 9 cakes yet. We just haven't been able to get it. We have all the vaccines. I love that they added the 6. I love that they made this level 5 where you could still have some of these things. This is newer. This is newer that this has happened. So I can have opera, and if I want theater, that would be the only one I could have in this area. I always have that problem with theater, or I could have academic. I think I would rather almost have theater. Theater is my favorite, and I would rather have it. The HP is fine. We're not in a situation where we have to worry. PhDs are, they're okay. Getting a master's is enough, and I'd rather have the art. And healing saturation, we don't have to have when we have a level 5. Healing saturation, it's more than enough. And down here, what is this? Citizen regeneration, we don't need, because we're not doing that. We don't have injuries, and so we're not doing the injury line of study. We can study those later. There's a bunch of things that I can study. We don't want the kids to grow up faster, and that's why we didn't take that tack right there. And so we pretty much have a lot of it done. In combat, we have almost nothing done. And what I will do is, in order for the people, the researchers, to have stuff to do, although we could do boiled leather and get the iron skin and get plate armor, but we don't need it. I'm after the telescope is what I'm after. And we have to get iron skin to get the telescope, and that is 64 leather. And 16 iron ingot. Now the thing about that is, why am I getting the telescope? Because I just like it, just for fun. It used to be that this was a telescope, but there are no telescopes anymore. Did you know that? I didn't know that. There are no telescopes. Tell me that's not true. That's why this doesn't have the telescope picture that it used to have here. It has emeralds. Let me look here, and let's get a, let's go to here, and let's go to the JEI, and let's look for telescope. It's gone. There is no telescope. Telescope doesn't come up anymore. And so since Minecolonies had telescope as a part of their combat, they still have the telescope, and I can find it every once in a while. They still have the telescope listed here, and I just get it for fun. I get it as a thing that they study, the university. A lot of the universities that I have telescopes. Here, they would have been using a handheld telescope, which doesn't exist anymore. Why did Minecraft take that away? I don't understand. I don't understand. If you know, you can tell me in chat. I'd be perfectly happy to find out. And I'm going to say something right now. I'm going to see if I can get Vincentius. Vincentius Primus, everybody. Vincentius, did you know that there's no telescope anymore? That in Minecraft, there's no such thing as a telescope? Spyglass? Spyglass. Spyglass. All right. See, and that is how I get in trouble. That is how I get in trouble. So I didn't have the right name. So let's go back for a second and see if I can get the spyglass to come up. Thank you. So why aren't they using the spyglass? They used to have this for the telescope, and they stopped having the spyglass because it had the amethyst shard in it, because it was copper. I don't know why. Had it always been made that way, the spyglass with amethyst? I don't think it had. But that is, I thought that was weird that they would take it out. So I'm really quick. I'm really quick to tell a story. I most certainly am. And I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't know where it's from. It's from my childhood. That I am very quick to give an explanation for something that makes sense to me, even if it's not true. And that's why I asked Vincentius Primus about it. And sure enough, it's called the spyglass, and they still exist. Yay! And I don't know why Minecolonies took the spyglass off of the telescope piece that was there. The only thing I can think is that it was too, it's raining, so I'm going to go to sleep. That it was too expensive or something with the amethyst in it at that stage. Possibly. Especially when you're fighting, when you need to be able to use what the telescope was for. That's possible. But see, I'm still telling a story. I have no idea. All I know is that at one point, you can go back and look, I have plenty of, and that's the really fascinating thing. I have plenty of video of other cities where things existed and are there, and I can check. and see. And unless the universe decides that I'm on a completely different timeline and that that isn't the case anymore, well, then that's what we've got. So that in technology, we don't need this. So if they need something to study, I will give them the soft shoe. We might need it in the climate controls, but I'm not sure yet. No, the end, which is about the bakery being able to make food, we'll do those later. We could do building can minimum stock 50% more and requires mine. We could do that. We don't usually do the warehouse master until much later. I don't care about those minimum order quantity. I don't find that does a lot, but I can do it. I can actually do that right now. Look at that. I need 3 racks, and I don't have 3 racks in order to do that. But I can do this one right now. Why don't we do that? And I have stuff here, and that's why I could do that. I could request 3 racks. And so I have 3 things that I can request. I don't have enough redstone. I already know that that's not enough redstone for one of the things that I want. I would have to get more redstone, and I think I need 2 more redstone in order to have enough in technology. And yeah, for heavy machinery, I need 2 more stacks of redstone. Professional assistant, I'm not doing that. I have the ability to do it. I have the iron there. We're just going to do it so that the kids have something to do, something to research, and I'll go ahead and do that technology. I don't use it, but I can imagine that people who are playing in survival and want a full survival experience could and would. We don't use gates, so we don't need to enhance them, but when we run out of stuff to learn, we will learn all these things that we don't use. Green Revolution, we don't really need, but it's a decent one. We get potsil from our trees, our spruce trees, so we haven't been, but that's something also that could be researched just to give them something to do. And then in economic, this is the trade post for Minecolonies, bottomless inventory. We're not ready to do that yet. It requires an ender chest and emerald ore, and I'm not so much interested. This needs a nether star. So we're not going to do this for a while. A nether star and chorus fruit. So we'll be a while before we start asking for those things. Criers, this increases the chance of visitors shopping. And we have a ton of visitors. So we could do this, but I don't know. I mean, we would just be doing it because we could. Look, we have the coin, but we don't have a recycling center level 5, so we can't do that one. We can do the market. Why don't we just go ahead and do it? And that gives us a full set of research. So this set of kids has something to research, and that's going to make their stats go up really fast. Everyone is going to be researching. So the 3 libraries where the kids are, that's where the research is being done. Dar is assistant dean, and he is in this building right here. And when Estella doesn't have any kids, she is also here teaching. She's a professor, and it doesn't look like she's here yet. So let's go. She might still be cleaning up after having the set of kids. She does reports. She changes her curriculum and does things based off of what happened with the last set of kids that she had. So she's done doing that. So she doesn't have anything to do. And we're going to go ahead and let her return to being a professor and doing research at the new building, the new library. So she's going to come down here. All of these buildings are level 4s. Not all the housing is level 4 just yet, and that's what we're working towards. So let's have her be here. Estella is here. We could have Juliana, Marcos, we could have all the parents be Marcos and Leia, Madeline, and Juliana. They could all be here and be studying, but I prefer them to not. I prefer them to have the time off. I just stepped in the water. Prefer them to have the time off in order to be with their kids, be available for their kids. So that's it. That is what's going on here. I'm going to hear the music changing. Music's changing in the background. This is Drumhead's music. And this section of this piece is one of the sections that I love so much. I love this piece of music. Should I turn it up a little bit? I could turn it up a teeny bit. I just love when it goes into this part right here. That part right there. I don't know why. I just love that. I love it. All right, we're going to go and change back into our regular mermaid full power and not have hearts like a townsperson, and come here and do that. So now we have all of our powers back, and we're going to go up and check on the building that is going on in the east, in the eastern area of the city, the far eastern area of the city. We can get to it by using these roads right here. And we're going past Maximiliano is growing trees, and this is Giovanni and Liberty right here. These are houses right here. We're building a third Incan house around the corner here for the farmers who are going to work here. And nobody's doing anything here. This is the second or third time I've come around here and nobody's doing anything. So let's see what's going on with Violetta. Violetta is waiting for...
Great to see you.
And let us do a recall and get her out of the table.
Need something?
Do you need something? What? Oh, here we go. Okay, so she's not doing anything. She's supposed to be building and she's not building. So I'm not sure what's causing this, but when I come back in from time to time, this has been happening. So I'm going to see if I can just start her all over again. She's building the greenhouse right here. So build options, the builder is Violetta. Build the building. So we'll see if she begins. Unfortunately, it is sunset that I've started this. So let's check on Cash and see if he's having the same problem. Usually just restarting them does it, although that's the reason why Wade is where Wade is, because he was not restarting. And what are you working on?
It's a fine morning.
You're waiting for a campfire, and you haven't gotten one yet. And why are you starving?
Is there a problem?
Why are you starving? Why aren't you eating perpetual stew? Ooh. That's interesting. I haven't had anyone starving in a while, and all of a sudden he is not eating the. He needs a campfire, and that is definitely. I don't think it's Juliana anymore, but we can check for a minute. It is. Does she know how to do this? She should know how to make a campfire. It needs logs. Let's check for a second and see. There were some things that were changed around, and she does not. There were some things that were changed around, and so she lost the recipe for that. Log. Let's do oak log. I think we can do oak log. And let's go to craft, let's teach, and let's do campfire. And now I just have to wait for the right one. There it is. There. So I want coal, sticks, and then log, and we're just going to change the log to oak log. And now she'll make the fire for him. The technical, she can also do this one also. Let's go ahead and do it right now. And have it so she can make the soul campfire as well. And that's why he wasn't getting the campfire that he needs for that residence. And in this area, I can go to the guard tower at the end. Let's close the gate on the university. Actually, let me go in for a second. I want to see, what did I need? I need 64 leather, 16 iron, and 3 racks. But I don't want to do it from here. I want to do it from the post box. I prefer to do it from the post box and let them bring it to me, because I'm immersed in the town when I do that, rather than me going to the storage room and getting it myself. I like when they bring it to me. Bring it to me. So let's come here and let's do leather. And we need a full 64. And it's going to be delivered. And then we need iron ingot. We need 16. We need 16. And it is going to be delivered. And then we need 3 racks. And we only need 3. Rest? I might be wrong with that amount, but I don't think so. And it is not going to be delivered. So it's not only not going to be delivered, it's not even going to be made. Interesting. Let's go and check on Juliana. Ah, I know why. Juliana is raising kids. So she can't do the campfire or the racks. But I just want to check and make sure that she knows how to do racks. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Let's come here. This is what she does. Marcos does construction materials, and she does the others. So she does bowls and beds, and there is racks right there. We can just move it up a little bit in here, but we're not going to get them while she's not available. And so we're going to go and look at the kids again and see how the kids are doing. Hi. Hi. Let's go over and look at the kids in school at the university and see how things are going. We're going into Carter's library. He's the head librarian, so he runs the libraries in all 3 locations. He's responsible for all 3 libraries, but this is the main, this is his office right here. And we're looking at Aiden, and Aiden is at a 21. Yay, Aiden. And Brian is now showing promise at 19. Rosalie's at 22. Now, if we wanted, we can move if we want, but I'd like to wait on Rosalie and Aiden. And Brian's not ready yet. And it's for them to, they're going to stay until they graduate so that they have some time. Bryant could go back to work because Heidi is at 21. We could put Heidi in and why don't we do that? Let's put Heidi in the dorm. Do we have room in the dorm? Let's see if we do. If we don't, we might have Estella move out. Move Estella back into the house here or move Wesson. This is actually Wesson's house right here, but we can move Estella back into this house. And let's come here and let's have them not be here. And then we'll move Estella back here. It's much easier to do it this way. It's much faster to do it by coming over and having Heidi move in here, Estella move out, and Heidi move in. And let's have Estella move back here. And then look at the sliver of moon in the sky. And then have Brian move back in with his parents. So Estella's going to live here in her house, and Bryant is going to move back in with his parents because he works here. Now, when I say parents, it's the couple who fostered him. Kamari is not his mother, and even though she feels like she's his mother. And most of these families, they do feel like that, but she's not actually his mother, I don't think. I can check later and see. I don't think Ismail is actually his real dad. I think that he is relative. We're going to go to sleep here tonight, and when they wake up, I want to see what their stats say, family stats say. So there she is, and there he is. And it is showing that Bryant is his kid, and oh my gosh, look at this. Hold on. This is interesting. This is a change. He's living with Kamari. Kamari was helping raise Rosalie. Phoenix is his partner. Whoa. This is a change. Whoa. Hold on. Oh my gosh. And this is what I'm talking about. So let me come to this right here. Have the right one up. Wow, I think Phoenix is living with someone, and I don't think she can live here. This is Kamari's house, first of all. Kamari has been here this whole time, and the last time she had to move out, she was so angry. She was so angry. Let's look at something here because Bryant, where could they live and how could they be? Who's Phoenix living with? Is Phoenix living here? She most certainly is. She's living with Colt. This is fine for Kamari, actually. Let's exchange Kamari and Phoenix. And let's have Kamari live here, but nope, can't do it that way. I need to do it that way for now because she's going to have a fit. Kamari's going to have a fit. Unless she likes Colt. Unless it turns out that she likes him. But Ismael and Phoenix are apparently Bryant's parents. And Phoenix must be really... So what do? They live in a society where things like this happen. They have to be okay with it. They have to be friends and they have to... This is a little far for her to commute. And any place else is going to be too far for Bryant to commute. But let's put Phoenix here with who has not had the opportunity to live with her child, to see her granddaughter, or to do any of those. Bryant works here, and this is the problem. We're going to get Brian back to work. He is the chef right here, and Luana is runs the dining hall above, but Bryant is here, and you can see he's a really good chef, and he is going to be very happy to be back at work. And his kid Heidi is at school, and this is going to be interesting because Heidi is going to be a farmer. I believe that she was one of the ones who said they wanted to be a farmer. I'm not looking at the Akasha records, so I'm just going to go here and check for a second. What am I looking for? To see what it says about Heidi, if she's one of the ones on the list. And she's not really. Brian Giovanni's, Juliana's relative. I'm going to call them their kid. What am I going to do? I mean, what would you do if you lost all your family and you had one relative and they became the adult, they became your family, and their partner became your family? And that's what we have in a lot of situations here. Let's see who lives here. That is so wild. Phoenix is the dairy farmer. This is Brendan living here. And luckily for Kamari, this is close for her and she can live here. We have a bunch of people living in this house. Right here we have Josiah and Cannon. I thought a bunch, but they are not anymore. And so we have people here, and we're going to have another farmer, and that's going to be really interesting. We're going to have another farmer right over here. And then we're going to have another farmer over here. So we're putting in another farmhouse right here. And did she start building? I don't see anything. We're going to have a problem. She's not going to build it. Or I didn't start her. It says she's asking for stuff. Wait, it doesn't say a single thing. It says she's here. She's here. What time of day is it? Let me recall her for a second. Are you sick?
I'll take care of it.
Are you sick? No, she's not sick. Wait, don't go anywhere.
Good to see you.
She's not asking for anything. And just for a second, let me look at her. She doesn't have it. She hasn't formed any relationships yet, and yet she was fostered here, and she's not acknowledging her foster parents. And when in other cities, when they don't acknowledge their fosters, or when they don't have parents, however it turns out, what happens is, did you just add this piece of land here? I think you did. I think you did, but I'm not going to put anything because I think you took that other part away. What am I going to do? She's not going to build. I know he's waiting what he's waiting for. I could have Kingston make it for him. Why don't we do that? Why don't we have Kingston make the campfire and the racks? And here's what we can do. We can have Kingston make the campfire and the racks out of the woods that he works with, because he works with special woods. He works with acacia and jungle, and we brought in a bunch of acacia to build the university building. It was the designer's, what the designer wanted to build in, and so we built this riverport specifically to bring in the acacia for the university, and as well as bringing in jungle and warped and crimson, and those are materials that Kingston works with. So let's come here and let's get Kingston to back up Juliana right now while Juliana is raising kids, and we'll get him to make, I'm going to need a log. I'm going to need two things, log, and I need acacia log. Right here, he's going to use acacia log. And what was for the racks? Let's have him make the racks with regular plank. He's going to make it with acacia plank because this is what he works in. And so let's come to crafting. Let's teach the campfire. And let's teach it, oops, wait, we need sticks, real sticks. Okay, and we need coal, and we've got it. And so now we're going to put acacia here, teach, and then for the racks, what do we need for rack? We definitely need wood, and we've got it, and we're going to use acacia plank because that's what he works in. There we go. And so those are going to be made by him, and he'll request his mom, actually. Hi. And there's a courier coming. That wasn't a courier. That was Gregory, his dad, coming home. This Kingston was fostered by Harper and Gregory, and that was Gregory coming to his house. It is sunset, and people are start going home. He's not going home yet. He's probably waiting for his mom to come out of the field out here. And I think that's her. Yep, that's what he was doing. He was waiting for his mother to come home. You can see there's a boat, a riverboat out in the water, and this riverboat is bringing in materials, not just logs, but also some other materials from other cities. The other cities are Narluk, Pitihamalakut, from Emni Island, from Seabridge, from Prasino, and from Rosa Oru. Those are all places that we have. Ooh, it's a new moon. Ooh. Is everyone asleep? Not yet. So we're in the university area of town, and the river port where Gregory is running the import-export for the town. He runs it from here, and then he goes to the warehouse. And we had arranged. Wait, she was working. Wait, I forgot that McKenna was doing something. McKenna was working on the warehouse. She was working on couriers in the warehouse. And I bet there's still one more courier left. I bet there is. I bet there's one more courier left. I'm gonna come down here and see. Skin in the game. Look at there. You see that person there? Who is that? It is Eldrin Moonshadow. Eldrin Moonshadow. And I am an elven brewmaster from the fallen Silverleaf realm. Now, he's been here before, roaming mine colonies, offering exotic brews, seeking allies to reclaim his homeland, Eldrin's homeland, lost magic and glory. And he has been here before, and he is a patron of Minecolonies team, and that is one of the perks, to have your skin in the game as a visitor. And people can make you into a, oops, I'm not holding a lantern, I just realized. Let's put these teaching tool, they're teaching tools. I was teaching recipe. Let's put those teaching tools back, and let's come down. So I don't have anything. Yes. Let me see if this is a level 4. Hold on. It is a level 4. Good. Okay, so really everything pretty much is done except for a couple of the couriers in here. This is a level 5. She is done. So they are all level 5s. This is Jameson. This is Trenton. And this is Remy. And let's look here. This is, no one is here yet. We have 9. We need one more to make the 10, which we don't have, even though there's 2 empty slots because Gregory doesn't work in the building. This is Cade. This is Jakari, Zoe, Vienna, and Alec are all up here. And let's see if one of the kids wants to be a courier, wants to work in logistics. And they would be in one of these shops right here. And I think I would like them to be in this shop. And let's look and see if we have Alea, Juliana, Madeline, Marcos, McKenna, Tatiana, Carter, Nia is not interested. Wade is builder. Amari is not interested. Heidi could do this. And let's go down and look at the list and see what she's a possible for. I might have put it on the other list and not on this one. I think I did. Hold on for a second. I had a temporary list. And see if I had Heidi having something she wanted to do. Nope, she didn't pick anything yet. She didn't pick anything yet, so we could actually have her. She has the stats. She could be a courier. So we could have her be a possible courier. Yeah, let's have her be a possible courier. Bryant's from farm people, but she could be a possible courier. And we'll just leave that for her. Let's come down. Bring this down here for a moment. And then down here. Let's do that. So we're gonna put possible courier for her. And when we look at some people, we'll see again. Let's look at Brian. He's upside down. Jazz is too far away. Rosalie is upside down also. And Aiden is upside down. So out of all of them, Heidi is actually the one who is going to probably be a courier. She's in the right position to do that. And so we'll put her in. Now she's in her second year. And we'll see how her studies go and see if it seems like she's not improving, she's not growing fast enough. Some of them get tired of doing school and they want to go to work. They want to do work study, and they can do that where they're apprenticing. So their book learning doesn't go up, but their skills in their field go up because they're going to apprentice. And that's what we're doing with Victoria here. Or is it Veronica? I want to call her Victoria, but I believe it's Veronica. And it is. And let's look at her stats. So you can see that Jessica and Malachi are full archer specialists. They compete. And look at Veronica. Look at her stats going up, so that she is getting to a place where she'll be ready to compete. And when she is ready, she'll be able to take over for people like the gatehouse or the mine or the peacekeepers, because we don't have that many. We should have 3. We should have 1 for each end of each of the districts. So if Josie is in the town hall, she's essentially doing the university district. We could have another. And we're just going to have archers. They're druids, but they're archers. We need another one in the farm country in this gatehouse right here. The gatehouse that Josie is doing is not university. Josie is doing this area, which is the where the mines are, where the mine is, where the manufacturing is, where marketing is, because we have a gatehouse back here which is doing the riverfront and the university housing and the university. So we have all of those sections. We don't really need one in this area. This is probably overlapped by Josie and whoever's going to have that. So we will ultimately have 3. And do we have anyone who is showing any indication that they want to be Now a lot of times we change them because we don't want people, see how they're walking around with we don't usually want people walking around with that, so we would change them to be a druid and change those 3 towers to be druid towers. Let's go up to Josie for a second. I don't like them walking around with weapons, and the archer competitors are allowed to. They're just showing off. And let's come here. Let's come here. This is Josie right here, and you can see that Josie is a druid. And let's look at druids for a second and see who else can be of the kids. So there's Amari being a baby druid, but Amari is going to be the Amari's actually going to be the guest services. She's going to do guest services, and I think I have that down for her. Yes, I do, as possible guest services. So, or possible druid. I'm going to put possible druid, just in case we get someone else too. So she has that. Heidi is upside down, so is Cohen's a bartender. Nia is, she would be a baby druid. It would depend on whether she wanted to do that or not. It doesn't seem like she's going to want to do that if she's involved with Wade, unless Wade moves to some other place and takes over for somebody, and then she could be there. Wouldn't that be interesting if Wade and Nia decided to move to the farm area of town, and Nomi Nomi's one of the kids, and she's scheduled to be a farmer, and Aiden he's even, but Aiden is scheduled. I don't know that Aiden is scheduled yet. He's not scheduled for anything. If he doesn't want to do anything, he could become a baby. He could become a baby druid, possible druid. I like to have the numbers even within range. I don't like them to be too uneven. It just makes a challenge for me trying to find the people who work out the best in the things that we're putting them in. Now Jazz hasn't picked anything yet. I don't think Jazz has picked anything that he wants to do yet. He was one of the first to grow up. His mom is a fisher and his other mom is a chicken farmer, but he hasn't picked any kinds of things as yet. So we'll see if there's something else that he wants to do. Maybe. That would be, I beg your pardon, that would be kind of interesting. Let's go over to the environmental. Let's go over to the, let's see what they're calling Miriam. What trade post is calling Miriam. Let's come here. They're calling her the horticulturalist. And let's see if Jazz could do that. He could be a horticulturalist. Aiden could be also. And Aiden's abilities are better for the horticulturalist. So he could be a horticulturalist. And we'll put that there. Do that. Let's take this away. Bring this back. Okay. Possible druid or horticulturalist. Brian is within the range also, so there's another person who could do it. And yeah, so it depends on who graduates first and what they're interested in after they graduate, where if they get into relationships that leads them to different places. So remember that she was, if you see on yesterday being June 7th, 2026, if you see on yesterday's Twitch, if you're within a few days, you can see it, that she was so upset about that being hot and dry instead of hot and wet. And so that's why we have 2 rice fields. And let's go back and see if we can figure out why Violetta is not working on building, why she has decided she's not building right now. Now, Violetta might be disappointed. She thought she was going to go to an outpost too. She thought she was going to go out and boldly go where no one has gone before. She thought she was going out there. She's standing once again inside. Oops, did you see that? That is so dangerous of me.
Right away.
Let's recall her. Get her out of the table.
Can I help you?
I don't know. I don't know. Can you? What if this is a problem? Let's do this. Let's add some minimum stock here. She's a level 4. Let's do diamond. What if she doesn't like working with what she's working with? Let's do a diamond axe, and let's get 3 of them here for her. Let's get a diamond pickaxe. Pickaxe, and let's get 3 of these here. Select, and then let's get a diamond shovel, and let's get 3 of those here. Diamond shovel, didn't select it yet. There we go. All right, and then let's add shears. Let's add 3 shears. And so that she can cut things. And there we go. So let's start by doing that. And something's being brought to her right now. And then let's look and see. It says she's building the greenhouse, but there's nothing here. See, there's no steps.
Can I help you?
Yeah, you can. So we're going to cancel again. I'm going to get from her. Let me come here and get her to give me these pieces right here. I'm taking all of these away. She was using a farm tool. We could get her a diamond farm tool. Let's just put in inventory in just 1 farm tool just in case. 1 and diamond farm tool for her. And there she has it. So they'll bring her 1, and I'm going to take these away. So let's take all of these things that I just got and take them to the recycling plant. I believe that the recycling, and let's start this over. So let's cancel the build. I just had a weird thing here. What if you can only have 1 of these? What if they changed this so you could only have 1? But then it would say. So let's do build options. It would not be showing me all of this and saying it was possible to build it. It would say not. All right. So we're gonna do it again, and sure enough, I'm doing it at sunset again. How much do you want to bet that's the problem, that I'm doing it at sunset? I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But right before sunset, let's go to see Sean. We see Remy going home. Sean's here. And there's Sean still. He's getting ready to leave. But let's look and see in the inventory. And sure enough, he harvested all of those pieces that we brought back except the flint and steel. He won't harvest the flint and steel, nobody does. And so those just have to be, what? I don't know, can you repair them? But what we're putting in this chest are these broken tools here. And he will recycle them, and we'll get all of the materials back. So these are materials that he's gotten back. And over here have been recycled output For instance, we can see the stick and all of that. Also down inside, we can see that he has where he's placing everything. He's putting things here, and he's got a bunch of stuff here, and then he's also putting things here. So he's got some things down on this shelf as well. And so that is all the stuff that Sean has taken and recycled. And you can see that he didn't recycle, so we could look for it. I think I'd rather that he kept them all. We'll see how many we end up with of a flint and steel. We'll see how many we end up with and figure that out towards the end. Everyone's in bed, so I'm going to come down here. I'm going to start that build again in the morning. And we'll check and see if Cash got his... Did it say that Cash finished? No, he hasn't. So he hasn't finished working. I have a whole bunch of builders. Nobody's doing anything. So I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see. I have a whole bunch of builders. I have Wade. We know what Wade's doing. And there we go. So could not be recycled. And that's what it says. When they can't be recycled, they set them aside. And then they're just going to be trashed ultimately. But he's going to set them aside in his shop. They're not going to be in the warehouse. If I'm not mistaken, they're still in the shop. The things that can't be recycled. Perfect. And when we get enough of them, then we can take them out. If he gets full, then we'll take them out. That's a shame. I was hoping that that would be one of the things that they recycled. I don't recycle shoes because we can sell them in the shops, and so I don't recycle them or compost them because we can sell them in the shops. Let's come here for a minute and look at shoes for a second. Let's sort, and then we're above, well, we're at level 5, so we can do everything here now, but we can sort. And then let's come here and go to boots and see. So we have a bunch of boots again that we could combine, and we'll do that. However, I just realized just now that I started doing this and did not go and make sure Violetta was working. So I'm going to go back down and check as soon as I get these. Do we need this many? I don't know. I don't want to sell those just yet. So now I have a whole bunch of these in my hand. Let's come up here. Let's put them, don't put them on. Let's put them here for a second so I have a free hand. Put this here, put this here, and come down. And let's figure out what's happening with Violetta, because she didn't say she was working on that build. Notice it doesn't say. So something's happened to that builder. And I'm not getting, that's me picking up, I have a magnet on the backpack, and when I go past the tree farm from time to time, I am picking up stuff. So they're bringing her stuff, and she's standing inside the thing, and she wasn't doing that before. I call the worker. Let's get her out first of all, and let's cancel the build again, and let's see if I do it before she goes to bed, if I can get her to start it. Let's try this. Let's get her to start working on this first. Cancel the build, and let's do build options. The builder is going to be Violetta. Build the building. And let's see if she'll start working on it. So the same thing has happened to her that happened to Wade, where she's not working. She's absolutely not working. Let's do something here. Let's do build options. And let's do Violetta, and let's have her repair the building for a moment. I don't know what she's gonna do. I saw some pieces missing. Oh, I see what she's going to do. No, I don't want her to do that. I don't want her to cancel the repair. I don't want her to do that. And didn't look like she was going to do it anyway. I don't know what to do about this. I've seen that the people have the problem. And I'm not sure what I can do about it. Now, Wade's shop is pristine, absolute Thaler designed. I didn't change anything. This is Dark Dust, and we did give her a larger entrance for getting supplies to come in, and carpenters are bringing her stuff like she's going to be working on this project. But she is not working. Should I have her just do one off? Should I have her just... You don't like being here. Let's not have her be here. Let's have her be off. And we'll check on... She started. Look, she started. She started and she was fine, and then something happened and she stopped. And I don't see what it could be. What could it be? Too many flowers. She doesn't know how to deal with it. She doesn't like this project. We started her on a different one. She doesn't like that one either. Did she want to build the house? Why don't we do a trade? I don't think it's going to work, but let's do a trade for a second. Let's get cash to give her the house to finish. And let's see what happens here. So let's cancel. And now he's not working. Let's come out. And let's have him start this project, and let's see if he will. Build options, the builder is going to be cash. Did I say cash or did I say some of the names sometimes? I don't know. All right. Here's the border. So it's not a border problem. You can't put anything down within the outside of the border. Period. So it doesn't matter about something like that. It is not being built. to figure out why not. We could pick this up and reset it. We know where it belongs. So let's come here. Let's go to garden, greenhouse gardener. And let's go to greenhouse, and let's go to, that's the standalone. Let's go back and let's go to this one, greenhouse, and let's do the large one. And there it is. This is what we want to be here. Is it facing the right way? Is it in the right location? Everything is here the way it was for it to be here. And yeah, we had it right up to that mark right there. And it sits right here. And we have it lined up with the street right here, which is why it is low. And let's try again. And let's come here. And this is the large. And let's go to here and assign a builder. And now the build options, the builder is going to be cache, build building. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that. Let's see if that works. Let's have cache, cancel the build. Let's have cache work on this. Build options. Let's have cache build the building. And let's see if I can get those two to respond. Are these white? Are these white, or are they? No, they are not. These are actually not white. They are, in fact, flags. So we have flags. We have, we don't have flags. We have banners. That's the whole thing, that we don't have flags. One of the agreements of getting the nation of Ta'ana to be a benefactor and to create the treaties with the other mobs for the towns is that they don't have a flag. They can have banners, and banners are just decorative, but they can't have flags. Flags are meant for military, have military significance, and so that's why they don't have them. Let's see, there's one pair of good shoes. Let's take this one right here, and let's put it here. Let's put this one in. There's a second pair right there. That's a mistake, but how I got that, I have no idea, but let's see what happens if we join this and this together. Can we? Now we can't. Look what I just did. Okay, I'll see if they can be recycled. Let's do, I just lost that pair of boots by pressing the wrong button. And we can put this here. Let's get another one here. And that one is going to make. And then this one here. This one. Oh, good. And then we have this one. And we can put in this one right here. We need another one. That one there. Okay. And this was supposed to go with that one. We can put the other boot away until next time. So we'll just put it in the inventory here. And this one, let's take to the recycling and see if it'll be recycled. If it won't, it'll say so. In the morning, Sean will look at it and go, I can't recycle this. It's like, okay, fine. That's fine, whatever you want to do. All right, let's go back here and let's see if we've solved this problem. And I'm going to look here and see what time it is. How are we doing for time? Wow. 2 hours and 15 minutes. They flew by. Okay, so let's run down here. And we're going to this guard tower and we're going to take a nap. Actually, we're probably going to get a good night's sleep because look what time it is. It's only 11. Indeed. 11 to 6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so let's look at here and see what it says as people get up. You could see that before I went to bed, everyone was in bed. That means the miner comes up. There are new rare finds, so we can see those. We have a problem, Houston. We do. All of a sudden, so Minecolonies did update, and all of a sudden they were working just fine. I know that he can go back to working on this, and I can have, and as soon as Juliana comes in, we can get that piece done. I just had sort of a realization about something. So Marcos and Juliana are not working. Marcos does all the builder materials. That's interesting. Let's go to the school and see how the kids are doing for a minute because they've had research. Let's go to the school and see if Rosalie and it's not Rosalie, it's actually Aiden. Let's see how Aiden's doing in school. So Aiden's at 21. So Aiden can actually move into dormitories and his parents can go back to work. And I think we're going to do that. And Rosalie is a 23. I know I wanted her to get up farther, but I think we're going to have to let her parents go back to work. She can stay a little longer because that's Nikolai, that's the greenhouse. But Marcos and Juliana not working is a hardship for us. So let's see if that makes a difference. So we're gonna have Aiden. I think it's more than Aiden. I think it's Aiden and someone else, but let me check and see. And remember, we moved 2 people out, I think, in order to get Aiden to be in the house. So this is Madeline and Jazz is here. And we could get the chicken farmer back. But right here we have Aiden and Brian. There's room for Aiden and Brian. Let's go ahead and do it. I think Brian is ready. I know, I'm just going to check one more time. Let's come over here and check on Brian. There's Cohen. And he is good. He is ready to move into dorms. So we're going to move all of the family out of here. We'll move Wesson back into this house. But everyone's going to move out now and return to work. So let's come here. Oops. Let's move the kids into the dorm first. So Aiden and Brian have been pretty inseparable. No, not the guard tower. And so they're going to be here. Aiden's going to be here, and Brian is going to be here. And Wesson doesn't even have to leave, so he can stay. That is his house back there, but he can stay for now. He's like, I'm comfortable here. And then let's get the parents back to their house. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that fascinating about Ismail being officially partnered with Phoenix? Wow. That's just so amazing. They took away this when they were working on, didn't we move the tree? Oh yeah, that's what happened. We moved the tree over to here, and that's why the tree is not here, because this was built, this was upgraded to a level 4. This had been missed. And we can put this all the way up here and bring the tree back around it until we start doing level 5 housing, which we're nowhere near ready to do just yet. So we'll have this be here, and that tree is not floating anymore. And we were on our way, as a matter of fact, to this building right here, because this is Juliana and Marco's home. This is their house. And then when their kids come and visit, here's where Aiden can be. And if the other kids got attached to them, then they can come here as well. Attached meaning that they're foster parents, and sometimes they really do get attached to their fosters, and sometimes when they grow up, they no longer, they're friends, but it's not the same kind of attachment as necessarily family. It happens sometimes. Maximiliano.
Yeah, I heard a whistle that time. Fine morning, isn't it?
Now, Maximiliano is Boone's relative, and so he is actually not Boone's kid. And that's how we're just going to have to adjust the Akasha records to show that Boone and Ellie raised him, and Boone raised him as his own.
Need something?
But in actuality, there's no indication at all
Good day to ya.
of a relationship between him and Ellie or between Maximiliano, even though they are very strongly connected to each other and live together. There's Tobias right there. There's
Good to see you, mate.
Cade. And you can see that there aren't any relationships
I'll take care.
attached to these people. So I'm just going through and looking from time to time and seeing. Hi, Lucas.
Is there a problem?
No, there isn't. There isn't. And Kishore,
Right away,
how are
mate.
you? I'm just looking now. I haven't seen Mia. Usually I see Mia running all over the place, and I haven't seen her in ages. What's going on with her?
Can I help you?
I don't know. You need some more bowls. You've got a ton of fruit and vegetables. Where'd you just go? I can't recall her to hear. Jack's working. The sun just went down, so she might have gone home. If I call her, I'm calling both of them. And
I'll
wait,
take care of it.
Mia, I want to see you.
It's a fine day.
Okay, and
It's a fine afternoon.
this is Emery.
What's today then?
And Emery,
Okay.
okay. And so yeah, so I have lots of, so out of all the kids that we have maybe maybe almost half of them have relatives in town, and the other half don't. And having relatives in town means, wait, I'm trying to do 3 things at once. Hold on. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. What am I gonna do about that? What am I gonna do about the things that aren't getting built over in that corner? Because they are not building. They were building it yesterday. I know what I'm gonna do. Let me do something here. I want to see something. Let's get out. Let's save and quit the title. Let's quit the game. I'm going to go back to, let's go to Curse Forge. I'm going to take Minecolonies back one. So this morning we updated Journey Map and we updated Minecolonies because and so I'm going to go back in and find Minecolonies in Neoforge, and I'm going to go back one. It shows recently updated. I'm going to go back to the version before this. So, which means I'm going back. Oh, wait. It's saying there's a more recent update. So there was one on, an update's been done just now, practically. Let's install that one, and let's see if that fixes the problem. Let's see if it fixes the problem. Okay, so let's go back. And so Minecolonies was recently updated. Greenhouse is up to date. Trade Post was recently updated. Let's look at Trade Post for a second and see when it was updated. So it was updated on the 6th. So we started the greenhouse thing that we did after that and got it to work. So the only thing that changed was Journey Maps and Minecolonies. So, and then Minecolonies just changed again right now. So let's go back to here. So we're back to here, and let's have that go away, and let's look at the updates again for a minute. Are you broken? We're trying to be broken, sure enough. And there it is. There's an update right there. And is there anything else? That is fascinating. So let's play. Isn't that interesting? So let's play. So I'm launching the game from NeoForge, and this is 21. And this is Trade Post, the one that the world that I have with Trade Post, excuse me. And the game is up, so we're going to make CurseForge go back away, and then we're going to have Jalapari come up. So Jalapari is going to come up right now. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let's see if it does. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, so we're back in town. And there I am right here, so you can see me. Am I holding anything? Yes, I am. I am holding that. So now let's turn back around. Let's go to, since we're right here at the university, we're just going to go up the hill and around. Did I get them started at their jobs? I don't think so. I think I moved them back into their apartments, their house, I should say, but I didn't get them actually started at work. So let's come over and let's get Marcos to return to work. So Marcos is here, and you can see that Marcos is in fact a carpenter of some immense skill, and Juliana is also a very skilled carpenter, and she is right here. And so that means that they can do the jobs that they're doing. Let's now go to the jobs that are over here, and in the middle of the night I'm just going to cancel the builds from the build site. So we're going to, no, it says build options. I'm not going to start the build until after the morning, until the morning comes. And I have a, there it is right there, cancel this. And let's come over here. And where's the other one? The other one's right here, and cancel this. All right. So let's go and go to bed, and let's see if this helped. Let's see if this worked. That's just so interesting. I was going to take Minecolonies back, but since they did do a change, no, I don't want to sleep with a lamp in my hand. Since they did do a change, we went forward, and we'll see if what they fixed that thing happening. So let's come here and let's look. So it is morning. It's super early in the morning. People are going to start going to work. We'll see the farmers and the, for instance, the beekeeper and such come to work here now. These are full level. Is this a full level 4? This should be a full level 4 now. It is. And I'm going to take away the torches right here. And I don't think we can have anything. I think if we're going to have something, we'll just have to have it perched onto the house. Right here, do I have any fencing handy? I don't. Let's come here and let's get a piece of fence. Let's get the spruce, and we'll do this, and we can put it up pretty high. Let's put it up high. Put it here, and that way it will be attached here. Whoop, wait. Monkey. There we go. So there's one, and we'll just take these down. These are flags. Up. Just take that blue off of there? Yes. Let's take the flags down, not the blue. We don't have flags, and so we don't need these. If we wanted, we could put decorative stuff on the back. 3, 4, 5. Okay, but we don't have to. And here, they don't need the light because they have a light there. I could put it up higher. I could extend this up and have the light be, gosh, there. Just have it be there like that. I think I like that. Let's remove the lights on this side. So I'm not going to have these torches. And there we are. All right. So now, let's see if we can get people back to work. Let's come here. Let's go here. Build options. The builder is cash. Build the building. And let's see what happens. And there is cash starting to build. Thank you. Now we have to come over and get Violetta back to work. I don't know that. I think I might have let her go. Let's see. Let's come here. Manage workers. Violetta. And there she is. And let's go out to the project that she's going to do. And we can have her do one of the two. We're having her do the big project. This is going to be one of her big things. She built her shop with the intention that she was going to go out to an outpost and build there, but she didn't get that opportunity. She has been working on her house and houses in this area, but this would be probably her biggest, this would be her big project to have. And so we can come here and get Violetta to build the building. And let's see what happens now. And let's see if we get her to start. We'll see in a moment if she starts building. Cash has. I'm still not getting a response of a request. Did I get her to be here? I could call her, and that'll probably be the fastest. To call her. Call her. There she is. And let's see if she starts on it. So she's still not working for some reason. You really don't want to do this. All right. Let's try. Let's try canceling that. Oh my gosh. There she goes. Yay. Whew. All right. Yay. Now, I'm not saying that the update did it. It's possibly getting out and getting back in. It's possibly the fact that I got out and restarted. So I'm not really sure whether it was the update or whether it was getting out and getting back in. But both of them are now working. And there we go. These two things belong in my storage stuff. And she's going to continue working, and there we go. So, fireworks. Beautiful. So he got the stuff that he needed, and we are going to, I don't think that we can do anything about this. I think he's going to change it back if I change it into a metal one. but I change it into a metal one because they can't use the trap door if it's metal, and I don't want anyone getting burned. And so we're going to come here and let's go to here and let's do build and have cash. This is all the cash has to work on. And he's going to upgrade this building. This building is going to go up to the full level 4, which is what these are at. And he's going to do that. And then if she's not done with this, he's going to continue and come over and make the farm that's needed for this building. So you can see that she's removing dirt in this area. I should be a little careful. There are actually some craters, some crevices and valleys. There's actually a skeleton house right here. It's a beautiful one. Beautiful skeleton home right here, with even water and everything, and it just comes back and just makes this lovely little home that, or this isn't the home. Maybe this is the walkway through. Oh, and where does it go? It goes way far down. Oh, so there's water. Excellent. So yeah, there's water. And then where does it come up? Because look at this. Where's it coming up? It's coming up in the Coconinos. Ah, near the railroad. Interesting. Oh, that's fascinating. So yeah, and where's the town in relationship? Wow, look how far. No, but look how close. Ooh, I forgot about that too. That the monks are here. It's not just Mr. Villager's town. It's the monks being right here. So Mr. Villager was talking about for this town using scaffolding, and I thought he was talking about the bamboo scaffolding. But what he meant was using stairs like in the style colonies. Urban Savannah has the kind of stairs and walkways that we would use to get people down this mountain from this little flower shop right up here all the way down. This is where the bell is, right here. So get people down from the bell down to the ground, and then around the corner here, where is it? There it is. There's this also. So there is another place here. Now the people, oh good. Oh, no, I still hear them. Yep, I still hear you. You're somewhere in this area. There isn't a house here. I can still hear them. But they're not on, I don't see them anywhere. Let's take this for a second. Put here. Yeah, I hear them being here, but I don't see them being here. Unless they're above. Unless they're right above in this area, and that's a possibility that they were up here. Now they can get down from here. It's precarious, but they can actually get down. There's foxes. There's fox family up here, and there are berries growing around this house right here. And then down in the valley, there's houses and things going on. I'm not sure why that's there in the middle of the road, actually, why there's a campfire there. But this is how close they are. So there are our farms coming out right here. And so we have the monastery, which is not a dungeon. It's a villager monastery, part of the biomes. We've gone. And then that village. Let's go in. Is everybody asleep? Not yet. So let's come to here. Let's put this back. Let's take these shoes down. I'm going to get a lamp. So I'm holding a lamp. Let's go out the door. I'm going to take the shoes to the shop so that they can be sold. We could check and see if he actually recycled the shoes. Oh, it's not going to show, shoot, because I changed. Remember, I got out and got back in. Hold on here. Secure. That looks like the boots did not get. Why do I have a good pair of boots here? I don't want to sell those yet, so I'll leave them for now. I don't see the boots. So he did. I think that means that he broke them down. I think that's what that means. I think so. Yay! That's wonderful. Yay! So we'll come over here. Hey, Yush. Hey, Yush. How are you? How is your day so far? And let's come to here. We're going to give him shoes to sell. And we're good. I am good. You just completed a portrait. Ooh, nice. Nice. How long did it take? I know, I haven't really been drinking anything. You're doing awesome. Excellent. Me too. I am too. 2 hours. Ooh. And what medium did you use? What materials did you use? Did you make it out of ink or oils or charcoal or pencil or what did you, or watercolors? How is Vincentius Primus? Vincentius Primus is that's what he said. He's good. He's good. You use charcoal. Ah, charcoal's fun. Charcoal is fun. All right, sun's gonna come up, so we're gonna go back to, we're right here. Why don't we just go in here and use the supply camp bed that is underneath the town hall still. Go there. That sounds really nice. And who was your model? You said you did a portrait. Who was your model for the portrait? Oh, wait, I have something in my hand again. So let's come to here. And now let's go to bed. Who did you use as your model? It's morning. We're gonna go check the shops and see if there's something special in the rare finds that we want to buy. And here we go. We're watching people come to work and go to work. Hi.
Okay.
Hi. Hi, Eli. This is Eli, and what do we have? You don't. So you did some random women you found on Pinterest. So you took photographs. So you did a charcoal of a photograph. Okay, you're learning how to have more views on YouTube. You're learning how to do the drawing. Okay, I get it. Bubble coral. Let's buy the bubble coral in case we need it. Let's buy, we could buy the golden apples, and we could buy the regular apples just for now, because those are things that we can use. Water, we have fishers. Bread, we have, and potatoes. All of that is stuff that we grow. Salmon, we have fishers. Saddles, we don't need. For your bad English? Oh my God, you do not have to apologize. Ayush, you do not have to apologize for your English. Believe me, you're pretty amazing. My Hindi is nowhere near what your English is. You can't use the reference model in your video or you will get copyright. Yep, that is true. That is definitely true. Yeah, absolutely. My Hindi is I can read some things, but I can't read a lot yet. I can't read a lot. I can recognize some words when I see them, but I'm not at the point where I can hold I'm definitely not at a point where I can hold a conversation. I'm not even at a point where I can say hi or ask you how you are. I haven't even got to that yet. How that happens. Hi, Mia. How are you?
Yes.
You're doing good? Okay. All right. Sorry to interrupt you. Mia's doing deliveries and she's on her way. And we're going to go back to where the new buildings are going up for a moment. We're still waiting on these 2 new buildings to be done. And kids are in university, and they'll be there for a little bit of time. But I want to see if I want to do something here. What's missing here? I think one of these is missing from here. Yeah. So that it goes up to this right here. Can I get that without getting that? So yes, I can. Okay. So we'll do that. Now that's going to come up. What is that there? That's coarse dirt. Yay! Okay, so we don't have to worry about those 2 pieces. They'll be fine. You're still in school, so you are also learning English. Yes. Good. Very good. And you are learning it exceedingly well. You are doing very well with your English. You absolutely are. The fact that you can understand what I'm saying, I'm not sure I could understand what you were saying if you were talking to me in Hindi, that I would understand. I would like to, but I haven't gotten to the point yet where I understand. I've gotten to the point where if something's written in French, I can kind of work it out. I can kind of work out some German, some Italian. I can work out a bunch of them because of someone on Twitch. I have a little Korean and I can't talk it. I can't read it yet, but I know some words. So it's like I visited those countries and I know some words, but in actuality, it's part of the lessons that I have that I'm doing. I like learning languages and I'm having fun. And Italian, I can do a little. I can recognize Italian words and stuff like that. Ah! So it starts to be one of these things. So how many different ways can I say I, for example? And it's not thunderstorming yet. So we're just having a rain shower during the day. So everyone's going to get off from work. We still, until level 5, except the builders. The builders won't, because they are now all level 5. So they'll work in the rain. When you get to level 5, all the builders will work in the rain, but we only have builders at level 5 and couriers. I don't think the couriers work in the rain regardless. I think they might take the time off, but they're level 5s, and sure enough, they're going about their business like it's not raining. So that means that level 5, everyone works. Everyone works. And we've got stuff going on here. What are you guys talking about?
So.
Trenton, who
Good
are you
to see
talking
you.
to? Hi, Vienna. And who's
Right
this here?
away.
Hi, Alec. And so Trenton's fairly new, so Vienna
Fine
might
afternoon,
be.
isn't it?
And Cade. Cade is, they're having a meeting, actually, because Cade is the senior in that group. He's been a logistics specialist the longest. I mean, I am very, very bad at study. 8 got 44%, but only thing I understand is your art. Ah, you're not professional, but still you're learning and you're practicing. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's really cool. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, I should find some. I'm going to do that. I'm going to find some things, Ayush, so that I can talk to you. So you can tell me if I'm pronouncing the words properly. And things like that. I should know things. I could, if I changed the keyboard, I could probably write the word and. I know how to recognize the word and. I can recognize the word for banana. And I can recognize the word for, I can recognize some words. And that's where I'm at right now, is that I am beginning to be able to recognize words. And there's a lot of stuff here. Does she need any of this? Let's have some of this stuff picked up. She has plenty of room, but I'm going to have some returned to the warehouse because she has shingles that Cash might need. And you definitely have to start somewhere, Ayush. And it sounds like that if art is what you want to do, that practicing and continuing is the thing that you need to do. And giving yourself the freedom to practice. Yes, see, it's not a thunderstorm, so we can't go anywhere. Let's go and check on the kids. Since this is not a thunderstorm, let's see. We got Juliana and Marcos back to work, and their kids have moved into the dormitories. I think the Fishers aren't back to work yet. They're probably going to have him move into the dorm now. Let's come down here and see who's here. This is Rosalie and Nikolai, and we can check on Rosalie and see if Nikolai and Miriam want to move back. But let's look here at, this is Jazz with Madeline and Alea, and we'll check on them. So let's check on Rosalie and Jazz and see if they, I'm pretty sure they are level 2, but we're going to check and see how they're doing and how secure they feel in school. It is now sunset, I believe, judging by what's going on. I'm at the 3-hour mark. And I'm going to do that. Yeah, so as far as studying Hindi, I'm like a 2-year-old. I know some words. I know banana. and I know watashi. I know I can't say it. I don't know how it's said. I know nam. But that's it. It's like I'm a 2-year-old as far as some languages are concerned. And Aiden is fine. Aiden's already in the dorm, and so is Brian. So we're looking at Rosalie, and we could have her go. We're gonna have Rosalie go and live in the, I think she's gonna live in the dorm, she could, her parents could go back to work with her living there. They could go back to work from there because she's in her 2nd year, and that'll be fine. Heidi is already, and Nomi is already. Everyone else is already. So it's just Rosalie. I think that we could get her parents. They could stay for a while. The adults who are going to be her parents, they could all stay at the house and work from that house. Let's try that. And then all the houses should be done. I like talking with you too. I do. Thank you. Thank you. And I like talking with you too. You are welcome. You are welcome. And let's come down and let's see, because when the kids graduate from school, we're going to have another set. So if Rosalie is here, that looks like Nikolai. It is Nikolai. So Miriam and Rosalie are upstairs, and they're fine being here. And Rosalie is fine having Miriam in the house. They're getting along really well. But we're going to have Miriam come back to work. So she works here. She never stopped working. Interesting. Did Nikolai stop working? Did they just move over and they've been working? That's great. Yes, indeed. All right, so we never stopped them from working because she was already an adult. And that's why they're living in that house, so that they could continue to do their jobs here while they're with Rosalie. And yes, so we're good. And let's come here just for a second. And cool. I like that too. I definitely do. And unfortunately, Ayush, I'm at the point where I am done for the day. I've been on for 3 hours. And so I am going to go, but I want to see what the builders are doing in this back area here, the last part, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, charcoal. Wow, I haven't done charcoal since I was in art school. I really haven't. It's so interesting. I was introduced to it when I was in art school, and it was interesting. Look at that. Research has been done. Yay! The researchers have made it possible for the people in town to be fed better. Whoa, look at this. And there we go. Look at this. We've got ground. So the ground is all cleared away. The trees, all in this area, is all gone. Now we're leaving these, remember, because we're going to replant them. What? What happened? What? Oh no. I have to go. I forgot.
I think it's too late.
Oh shoot, no. Function. Oh man. Okay. Everybody. We just forgot something and we have to go. Okay. Ayush, I'm glad you were here. Thank you for being in chat. Thank you everybody for watching. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. And I will see you soon. Bye for now. Bye for now. Play survival Minecraft. Mm.